Hey guys, Artosis here, bringing you my first solo cast of StormGate. Now, these games are played at the very end of the first closed beta. So that would be like the very beginning of January 2024. And this is a little tournament that Mapu put together. And it is called the Artosis Supercup 1. Four of the best players in the world currently at StormGate are going to be doing a little round robin tournament with a $200 prize pool on the line. Our very first match that we're going to have here is going to be a best of three. And it is going to be between PartinG, who is one of the best StarCraft 2 players in the history of the game, the 2012 world champion. He's got a huge amount of accolades. I mean, everyone kind of knows who PartinG is. A lot of people consider him the strongest StormGate player currently. And he's going to be going up against Mixu, who isn't as well known, but is actually considered by many to be the second best player. He did get second place in a big tournament to PartinG within the closed beta. He is a Finnish Zerg player, a very young player at 21 or 22 years old. And he plays a lot of StarCraft 2 as well. I've casted him a little bit in the ESL Open Cups. But yeah, should be a very good one. PartinG is going to be playing the Infernals, and Mixu is going to be playing Vanguard. So we're going to go ahead and get into this first game. Mapu is our observer. And of course, as I mentioned, this is closed beta, right? So this is very early on. So we hope that you enjoy and, obviously know that the production of this is not going to be perfect. We're doing our best here. Now, we have the scout coming down here. And, yeah, just grabbing a little bit of a resource on the way there. So Mixu is playing the Vanguard in the top right. As you can see, this is Secluded Grove, by the way. It does have those very rich resources in the center. In the meantime, in the bottom left, we have PartinG. And he's making an Iron Vault, so getting ready to pump out some Brutes. Generally something that you are going to have to do in this matchup is get those Brutes out early so that you can turn them into Fiends if need be to push that Scout back. And of course, as the Scout comes up and sees what's going on, it's going to harass just lightly, cause a little bit of missed mining time here, going after those Imps. But the Imp coming down and, with the Brute coming as well, you do have to pull that back. Now, a very, very fast expansion coming up, a new command post being made at that natural expansion here for Mixu, which is pretty standard stuff for this stage of the game to take very fast expansions on both sides. But of course, you do need to get that route out first here for PartinG. Now, going for that meat farm, the supply depot-esque type building. It's also very useful because of the fell hogs that come out. And they do a great job kind of helping defend your mineral lines or not mineral lines, your therium and whatnot, your resources in general. Now, here comes that Brute. PartinG immediately putting some pressure on, and he's going to go ahead and start hitting these Bobs. The Bob's trying to complete these structures really, really quickly. And as you can see, the barracks is not even done yet. He does go ahead and overcharge the Bobs, so they do get that huge bonus right now to try to fight the Brute back. But this is some pretty effective harassment so far. And in fact, the Scout does come back, but Scouts can't really fight against Brutes. Definitely better. They're very fast and do good damage against the lighter units. But yeah, the Brute a little bit too strong for that. Trying to continue to keep this pressure up. And you see a ton of Bobs coming down with that overcharge. And this is looking a little bit rough for Mixu, to be honest. A very quick rush from PartinG. And the thing is, don't forget, he's expanding during all this. Now, he does split his Brutes into those Fiends. They're going to go ahead and run up into the main base here. And, some very nice micro. Going ahead and look at this. He actually split another Brute on the way because the Fiends are so much faster. A Lancer is there, though, and catches one of them. Kind of glitches out on that Lancer. So the Lancer getting some good damage. But, of course, this many Fiends is going to be really hard to stop. The Fiends, of course, do lose health over time, so they will end up falling. But Mixu has taken a lot of damage already. A very tough game here. Yeah, the Fiends are dealing huge amounts of damage. I'm actually, incredibly surprised with how much damage has been dealt here already by PartinG. His micro really on point. And, of course, with that health decline, we have the Fiends finally being cleaned up. And yeah, right now the Brute's going around. Looks like he wants to pick off some camps, you know, get a little bit of bonuses from those. We'll take a look what they're doing in a moment. And just kind of working on his economy. It looks like PartinG getting a very good amount of imps right now, really massing up his resource collection. And yeah, grabs a vision camp right away. Keeps that one Brute alive. Looks like we have a Bob going around the map right now. Not sure what the game plan is with this Bob. Whether he wants to like hide some sort of base, or maybe, I don't know, make some sort of harassment structure. Like, does he want to proxy something? I'm not entirely sure. Now a Shroud Stone as well as another expansion going down. So a little bit of defense there as well at that third base. PartinG clearing a vision camp now. Doing a really good job getting vision of the map. So he has 2 giant areas of vision. Of course, you could go up and kill those a little bit later on. But right now, we have the first Hedgehog coming out. Very popular to see Hedgehogs early on here from Vanguard. So he's going to get in there. A Gaunt already out and able to deal some damage to that Hedgehog as well. Of course, the Hedgehog does beat the Gaunt. More Gaunts coming out, and not sure exactly where he put those Brutes, if he's going to be bringing those back or not. Yeah, it looks like he's turned them into Fiends to do a little bit of harassment up here as well. And the overcharge, of course, going to help those Bobs, but causing a lot of lost mining time as well. Fiends just going to run out of there for now. And the Gaunts trying their best to fight against these Hedgehogs. Of course, you know, the Hedgehogs are so fast. And if, you know, you just like let loose their 4 shots and then back them up and let them recharge. I think it's some good micro there from Mixu trying to get some damage. And finally, those Fiends will end up falling in the main base. Now the Hedgehog's going over towards his third base as it's finishing up, going after those Gaunts, putting some damage on. Of course, the white health that they're gaining from being on that Shroud, keeping them alive, really kind of helping them to regenerate as quickly as possible. So finally, he does pick off one of the Gaunts, but the Gaunt count is starting to get up there a bit. Looks like we have a couple Shroud Stones going down for some additional defense, but yeah, Hedgehogs can knock down Shroud Stones so quickly when they're making. Does take a little bit for those Shroud Stones to finish up. So the Hedgehogs being pushed back. Mixu continuing to create as many as possible. A couple more mech bays on the way. So yeah, really focusing on getting those mass Hedgehogs out. I'll be interested to see if he switches into Vulcans as well. Looks like we are going to have a sentry post. He might utilize that just for repairing these Hedgehogs out in the field. We'll see about that. Ooh, very good move right there. But yeah, it looks like he does get the surround and the kill on one. There is another Hedgehog here pretty badly hurt. Nice kiting there from Mixu, who is going to back up. He has these triple Bobs out here for the repair, but that's a lot of Gaunts coming out right now. Now the Gaunt's going to get up and try to get on top of those Hedgehogs. And in fact, yeah, this is painful. He's infesting them as well. So as they die, out comes some more Fiends. And PartinG, like, you can see just how strong a real StarCraft 2 pro gamer champion is in this new game, StormGate. Like, this is some fantastic play, keeping that pressure on. And yeah, this is a tough one. Oh my God. Just jumps in there immediately. And the Magmadon doing a great stun as well. He continues to infest just about everything. There is some repairing going on. Mixu trying to micro here, but it just doesn't seem like he has enough defense. And everything is starting to snowball here a little bit as the enemy Bobs are turned into Fiends, dying from those Gaunts. And yeah, the Hedgehog popping out, but I think Mixu's going to have to GG here. PartinG killing his natural expansion. Just some great macro. Really, really well played here from PartinG. You can see a really optimized build. And that is going to be it for game 1. PartinG wins the first game. Game number 2, Broken Crown Hinterlands, going to be our map. PartinG leading over Mixu here, 1-0. Still playing the Infernals against Mixu's Vanguard. So let's go ahead and get into this second map and see if we have any changes in the way that they are going to go about this. So you can see very, very quickly throwing down that Iron Vault for the Brutes for PartinG. I'm actually kind of taking notes for myself, for those of you who might be wondering. I play Infernals. Now, Barracks going up very quickly instead of the slightly faster expansion there from Mixu. So he is going to be mixing it up a little bit. The scout coming across very, very quickly to see what's going on. And, of course, we can see the Iron Vault is a little over halfway done. He's going to harass here just slightly. Of course, you can see the secondary imp coming over. And with that white health, of course, you know, as long as you micro reasonably well here, you're going to be fine. You just kind of put a bob onto that that scout and rotate it out if it starts losing its white health all the way. Now the barracks is done, so I'm guessing we're just going to see, well, maybe Lancers coming out, but we could see scouts being made as well. A second barracks out here. Oh, double bobs, making it a bit faster. So it looks like we're going to have a lot of pressure this game from Mixu. I'm really interested in what strategy he's going to use. Now, the first brute is coming out. Uh-oh. Not good news here. Not good news at all for Mixu. And you can see he is under attack on his bobs already. This is terrible. He needs to finish this ASAP. You can see the scout is trying to tank some hits. Okay, he gets the barracks done. Really, really important. But if you know that there's multiple barracks and your opponent is trying to put some pressure on, I mean, you could just put up some static T. If you put up a Shroud Stone, I feel like this is not going to have much impact on PartinG. But we'll see. Maybe he's going to opt to try to make just more brutes and defend with brutes and fiends and whatnot. Maybe he wants to throw up in his choke. Yeah, there is the Shroud Stone going down. And of course, he already has a meat farm in his main base. I was going to say a meat farm can be good defense as well with those Fell Hogs. Now, the first Lancer comes down. Mixu's pressure here is just, he's not able to do much, right? Because we're just so close to PartinG's base. The fact that he already has 2 brutes, and a brute absolutely is going to be able to take down a Lancer between the brute form and then splitting it off into a fiend right before it dies. Very, very strong stuff, especially in this early game. So he's keeping the pressure right now on this second barracks. We should have some more units coming out. You can see the rally points from both sides coming up here. Another brute coming up to help out as well. PartinG microing really well, puts more damage onto this barracks, turns around with his brutes, and I think Mixu has to give this up. I don't think that's going to really do too much. And look at this. Oh, my God. He brings his bobs down. It looks like he wants to do some sort of tower rush here as well. But already PartinG was hitting that with his static D. So Shroudstone doing a very good job. And it looks like we have another one being built there as well. The Shroudstone's, you know, pretty cheap. You know, obviously you use an imp, but also just 25 resources to get that off. Now, splitting his brutes, which are a bit slower, into these fiends, and he is going to be able to get on top of these. It looks like the Lancers will end up winning, so 2 of the brutes did end up dying there. Now, down comes... Oh my God, is that gonna... Yeah, meat farms. This is brilliant. Meat farms build super, super fast. So it looks like he's going to utilize the meat farms as well as that Shroud Stone and be able to kill that very, very quickly. You know, Mixu, I appreciate that he tried to do a rush here, but it doesn't work out for him. GG, PartinG going to take this series very quickly 2-0.